Let's go. All right, so this is my review. My thoughts on the Super Mario Galaxy movie. There are spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to be spoiled, click out the video. But it's all right. I mean, it wasn't like too spectacular or anything like that. I guess a lot of the hype around it is centered on like it's something new. It's a continuation of the previous movie and all that. So I think that's where a lot of the hype came from. Everyone was wanting to see what was going to happen next and all that. Even when you actually watch the movie, it's like it's a little bit different than the hype allows it to be. But I'm not saying it's a bad movie, not by any means. It is nowhere near a bad movie, but yeah, it didn't live up to the hype. That was building up since it was first announced. So the movie starts out with something that we come to expect from a Mario product, a princess getting kidnapped. But it's not Peach. This time, it's Rosalina getting kidnapped, and not by Bowser, but by Bowser Jr. And so, the plot, the villain plot of the movie centers around two aspects. One is kidnapping Rosalina to power up, the Boomsday Cannon, as Bowser Jr. called it. And the other part is rescuing Bowser from the Mushroom Kingdom's prison. And so Bowser Jr. kidnaps Rosalina, takes her to his Bowser planet, and so then we cut to the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario and Luigi are exploring the upside down pyramid from that one area in Mario Odyssey. I can't remember what it was called. I'll leave the name right there. Okay, so they go into that upside down pyramid to investigate a pipe that's been damaged or plugged up by rocks. They get the rocks moved out of the way, and this is where we get our introduction to Yoshi. And they did a great job with Yoshi. I will say that they did a great job with Yoshi. They did a great job with the design, the voice, the eating aspect of him, where he didn't popped an egg out of his ass. So that was a good. And so. I don't know. I guess they just decided, oh, hey, well, we got this dinosaur now, so let's just gonna be a part of the group. Fine. Then they return to the castle where it's Peach's birthday, celebrate, blah blah blah. But it's not really her birthday per se, as she puts it. It's more of a celebration of the day the Toads found her and made her princess of their kingdom. But I still scratch my head to how that works. Because it's like they see the one girl that enters their world and they're like, boom, princess, ah! So anyway, the party's going on, and then all of a sudden, these all these little star bits, they appear, they zoom across the sky, and then suddenly this really big one comes barreling down towards the Mushroom King and all that, and it lands on the ground, boom, a big explosion, and they go and investigate it, and it's Rosalina's little Luma going to seek their help about rescuing Rosalina. And so Peach and Toad set off to the I think it was called the Midpoint Galaxy, where there was like just a whole bunch of these neutral areas where they could you know, they could pick a place where they would want to go, and they would be guided to the launch point that would lead to that galaxy. Meanwhile, back at the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario and Luigi are tending to the Toads until the castle gets attacked by Bowser Jr., who demands the release of his father Bowser. And when they refuse, a big fight ensues, and both sides are kicking butt and all that, and Bowser Jr. ends up losing. But in the process of that, the castle, which was lifted up because of the gravitational beam, falls. Big boom. The castle sliding, and it stops just before it crushes our heroes and all that. And meanwhile, Bowser, who's still miniature from the mushroom and all that, he's like, freedom, freedom, and he starts running away, but he's still so small he doesn't get very far before Mario just grabs him. So they try to find a way off the galaxy that they're on, which is run by the bee people and all that. Bee. And so basically, they get a ride to the waypoint, to the midpoint galaxy, so that way they can catch up to Peach and Toad. But meanwhile, Bowser Jr. tracks down Bowser and is able to rescue him. And but before this, he gets Mario so angry that he just picks him up and throws him to the ground, and that resizes Bowser to normal size and all that. And in a moment of just absolute cringe, I just did not need to see this moment happen. Bowser kisses Mario as a thank you, and it just that's just some imagery that I could have lived the rest of my life without seeing. It is ingrained into my head now. Ugh. So Bowser Jr. tracks down Bowser. He rescues him, and for the first little bit, Bowser is conflicted about wanting, because he's been going through kind of a rehabilitation and all that. He's been trying to change, make himself a better person, and so he's conflicted about going back to old Bowser or staying with new Bowser. But it's not until they arrive on the Bowser planet that he decides, yeah, this is who I was meant to be. Yeah. Meanwhile, on the Midway Galaxy and all that, so Peach and Toad are there. They're trying to get information. They get into this big fight scene with this alligator king, I guess, with a Birdo and an army of ninjas, and she's fighting them off and all that. Somehow, against all Mario logic, she wins this big fight. And she gets the information that she wants, and so she goes up to the launch pad area so she can see if she can find a ride to the galaxy that Bowser and Bowser Jr. are, so that way she can locate Rosalina. And she gets guided by a very slow-moving Rob the robot, and he's just like, they're located over here. And when she does get to the launch pad, she sees a whole bunch of other interesting Nintendo cameos, including a little rocket ship full of Pikmin. I see that and I'm just like, oh my God, please don't let Olimar be in this movie. Thankfully, he's not. But you know who is in the movie? Fox McCloud. Boom. Star Fox himself. That wasn't just clickbait. He is in the movie, and it is when they first showed him, the theater just went wild. It was crazy. It was probably the saving grace of that movie. What was Fox McCloud's appearance. So now they get a ride with him to go to Bowser's Galaxy. Meanwhile, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi, they're caught up to the Midway planet, and they get help from Rob. They go to the same launch platform where Peach and Toad are waiting, and they meet Fox, and the epic meet of Mario and Fox. Just Mario's like, nice ride, and Fox is like, nice stash. So they get into the ship, and they start heading for Bowser Jr.'s UFO, where they're currently transporting to their Bowser planet. And so an epic air fight breaks out, and Bowser Jr. wins by means of baby morphing gun. He gets this little gun thing and shoots at it, and it turns Mario and Luigi into baby Mario and baby Luigi. And they mess up with the R-Wing's controls, and the ship crashes on another planet. And so, while they're trying to get it fixed, baby Mario and baby Luigi, they just kind of wander off into this little thicket where this T-Rex is sleeping, and Yoshi and Toad are trying to keep them safe while they're also trying to retrieve the gun to transform them back into normal size. But then Toad gets shot by that gun, and so now Yoshi has baby Toad, baby Mario, baby Luigi all on his back, running away from this T-Rex that's chasing after them all. And then just as Yoshi's about to get eaten by the T-Rex, baby Mario shoots the gun at the T-Rex, turning it into a baby T-Rex. A mini Yoshi and all that. And then we see Peach having this kind of freak out about how everything's just kind of falling apart for them and all that, and now they got a second dinosaur with them, and it's just going crazy. And so the Lumas show up with Rosalina's with the observatory station, and they all head over to the Bowser planet, and while they're on the observation, this is kind of the big twist of the movie. This is the huge big twist of the movie. We find out that Peach and Rosalina are sisters. I don't know if that's canon or not from the games, or if that's just knowledge that they weren't supposed to have, but we weren't supposed to have at that point. But yeah, they are actually sisters, so that's something. Now they weren't like blood relatives. They're kind of like magic stardust relatives, I guess would be. I guess Peach is not human. She is a configuration of stardust magic morphed into this princess. So they arrive at the Bowser planet, and the fight with Bowser and Bowser Jr. starts, and you got Mario and Peach. They're running through this obstacle course that consists of those rotating fire wheels and all that, but it's in 3 dimensions, so it's more fleshed out, more epic looking and all that. But Bowser and Bowser Jr., they're watching it through the monitors, and they make it look like the actual video game. So they get through the obstacles, and Bowser decides, you know what? I'll take them myself, son. So, in true classic Mario fashion, the fight takes place on a suspension bridge above lava, and there's axes involved. Bowser's throwing axes at them. Mario and Peach both grab one, jump to the other side of the bridge, and then use the axes to chop the bridge, and Bowser falls in the lava. Classic NES style. But wait, he's not dead. Because out from the lava emerges Dry Bowser. The Lord of Bones, as he calls it. So the fight continues from there. Mario intentionally separates himself from Peach by way of, closing gate and all that, and says, "Go help your sister. I got this." So she goes to help Rosalina. Mario continues to fight with Bowser and Bowser Jr. Luigi and Yoshi show up, and this is probably the funniest part of the movie. So during the fight, Bowser Jr. gets disarmed of his weapon, and Luigi picks it up. Now Bowser Jr.'s weapon is the paintbrush, where he can paint something and it comes to life, and it fights by his side and all that. And throughout the movie, he's been using it to create piranha plants. He's been using it to create these Koopas to fight alongside him. What does Luigi make with it? The final and probably the funniest, greatest Nintendo cameo of them all. The man, the myth, the legend, the Game & Watch. The amount of laughter in the theater when that happened was just next level. And actually, Mr. Game & Watch, he's actually able to hold his own pretty well. He's actually able to break Dry Bowser up and just scatter his bones all over the place and all that. Meanwhile, Bowser Jr. gets his paintbrush back, and he paints this giant dragon thing, which comes to life. But the first thing it does is tries to eat Bowser Jr. Even though Bowser Jr. was its creator, it tries to eat Bowser Jr. and Mario, being Mario, just decides, you know what? Let's just go ahead and rescue Bowser Jr. from this nightmare dragon that he created, and we'll destroy that dragon as well. So that happens. Bowser Jr. is saved, and the peace is kind of restored and all that. Meanwhile, Peach is trying to rescue Rosalina from the power from the power core that powers the Boomsday Cannon. I'll never get over that. I'll just Boomsday Cannon. Sounds a lot more epic than it should. But they use their powers, their stardust magic and all that to turn the Bowser planet into a more harmonious, natural, friendly looking planet and all that. And Bowser Jr. and Dry Bowser, they're somehow just okay with this. All the hard work that Bowser Jr. put into creating the planet just gone, and just could care less. And I guess that's gratitude. But then they get back to the Mushroom Kingdom, and they find that the castle is destroyed because Bowser Jr. And so they rebuild it, and then Peach gives Mario the kingdom flag to put on the top of the castle, and gives him a little kiss on the cheek for good luck, and he flies up there, puts the flag in, and the castle's rebuilt and all that. Fox returns to his own galaxy, and Bowser Jr. and Dry Bowser are put into Mushroom Kingdom prison, where the Emo Luma is the prison guard. Just a lot of fun stuff happening in the end. So yeah, that's basically the movie. There's some other moments like here and there that I didn't get into because I didn't feel like they were relevant to the story. But yeah, I think the thing that made it so this movie wasn't better than the first one, at least for me, was the fact that it didn't have Seth Rogen Donkey Kong. I mean, Seth Rogen Donkey Kong was like the best part of the first movie, and the fact that he wasn't even in it at all, just you did Donkey Kong dirty. You did them real dirty. But yeah, that's my review. I don't know if you've seen it. Let me know what you think. But yeah, just there are a lot of good moments in that movie. A lot of why moments, but overall, it was a good movie. I'm not gonna say it's better than the first, but it's worth watching. It's definitely worth a watch. So if you haven't seen it yet, and if you're actually here at this point and you haven't seen it yet, then still go check it out. It's a fun little time. And that's it. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.